What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? Don't worry about the location. We'll probably get back to it next week. I just got my setup up here, and it was on my Instagram or whatever I posted. I brought this steering wheel, like for the driving stuff on, because I'm really getting into games. Okay, I'm really getting into the game. I always like racing car stuff, and now when I found out that you can, buy the steering wheels and stuff like that, so you really be, yeah. So that's what I was up in here doing the other night. So that's why all this is over here. But anyway, I'm just doing stuff to just try to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Just try to have fun. But anyway, what's going on, you guys? How are you doing? I'm doing good. I am so irked, and because I just remembered I gotta go downtown tomorrow. I gotta go downtown tomorrow early in the morning, and I'm just not in the mood for it. And I have to be down there for 3 hours. Then I have to go back to my work and all of that. It's just crazy. Mind you, at work, let me tell you what happened. Girl, I was so ready to get up out of there. First of all, we had only been there for a good 2 hours, right? It's just a lot of work that was going on. And in the midst of doing the stuff that we had to do, and if people don't realize that, it's a lot of work to do in the library. Oh, you just putting the books together and all stuff. Okay, yeah, we doing all that stuff, but we also got to check stuff into the system. We got a system that we need to go to. And if that system shuts down, baby, we can't do nothing. All right? Girl, why the system shut down? For a good, I say, 2 seconds or less. All of a sudden, I'm doing the stuff. Zoom. That's all you heard. Zoom. We was like, oh my God, what the hell happened? So I guess we must have had like a little slight power outage on the block or whatever. And it came right back real quick. Like somebody hit something and it came right back. Or they was out there playing games with it. I don't know. Mind you, when I say come right back, it didn't knock out the it didn't knock out the lights. It didn't knock out the electricity, but it sure did lock out the Wi-Fi, for a second. But then the Wi-Fi was fine. People were still working on their computers and stuff, and then the public computers were still fine too. So I'm like, are we working on different Wi-Fi systems up in this library or whatever? I'm so confused. What's going on? Because the circulation desk, our system wouldn't come back up. The reference desk, they never went down. I said, oh my goodness, so what we gonna do? Girl, I was ready to get the hell up out of there. I was hoping. I kept on refreshing. It wasn't happening. I'm finna get my glasses. I'm finna talk to the branch manager because she was asking questions about it. And I'm like, listen, so basically we about to leave, right? Girl, as soon as I was about to get my glasses, why the system come back up? I said, oh my God. Damn, thought it was gonna be a free day. And the free day said absolutely not. And I said, oh, that sucks. But that was today. Now, see, the other day, let me tell you something. Monday, we came to work, and we have this thing. I don't know if y'all do it in other libraries around the city or in your state or wherever you at. And it's a new program that's implemented in my particular branch or whatever. But it's called Library of Things. And basically, outside of books, we've got a few little items like, everyday stuff or random stuff that people can rent out for a week or whatever. Like we got a corn hole, game. We be throwing the bean bags in the hole and all that stuff. We got a couple of those. Popcorn makers, the knife sharpeners and stuff like that. And, portable shredders if you need it. What else we got? Camping chairs, play tunnels for the kids, karaoke machines, and an influencer kit and all of that, right? And the foldable wagons that people be using in their apartments or whatever to do they shopping and all that stuff, whatever. Okay, cool. So this guy comes up into the library Monday. Now, mind you, I'm thinking and I'm looking back at it. He was a little sketchy, and I was looking at him. I was looking at him like, okay, hair slicked back, but I ain't finna judge nobody. He just looked a little edgy. He looked like he was a little edgy. So I ain't paying no attention to it. He went and go get some DVDs and all that stuff. Came back, he had like a good 20 20 DVDs. I was like, God damn. And they was all horror movies too. And I was just like, that's interesting. But, okay, cool. He checked that out. My boss is up there talking to him because he asked about the library of things because the board is right there. Girl, why she explaining to him about all of this and all of that? The karaoke machine there. Oh, if you need we can rent you out the foldable wagon or whatever because you got a whole bunch of stuff. We're just being nice. We want this program to go on and to get successful, whatever. People been checking the stuff out. So he was like, cool, I'll do that. He checked out the karaoke machine and he checked out the wagon. Girl, why by the end of the day, probably like 2 hours before we were supposed to close, this woman called and said somebody checked out some stuff on my card, on my daughter's card. That man stole their library card from all the way up north. Okay? Came his ass all the way down to where I'm at and used that library card. And so ain't no telling if he's going to bring those items back. Girl, I don't give a damn about them DVDs. We care about the wagon and the freaking karaoke machine. I said, OMG. Mama said, I ain't never stepped foot up in this library before. We always go to this other particular library. Baby, now we sitting over here like, we try to do something good for the people and you come in and just fuck it up already? Baby, the stuff hasn't even been open for a whole month. And you come in and stealing stuff. Now, I really hope he bring this stuff back. Because then I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to put everything in the bag. But it ain't even like he just walked out with it. He checked it out like he was supposed to. But he checked it out on somebody else's card. I said, this is so much crazy. That's what's been going on with me for this week. Okay? Craziness. How y'all been doing? Also, I did put a little short video up. And I'm not even finna talk about it too much. But I did start the Hunting Wives. Let me elaborate on that a little bit. From the little short video that I put up on my channel if you want to watch. Now, people have been saying, Hunting Wives, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Like, this show is wild. Sometimes when people say stuff, y'all be lying or y'all be exaggerating. So I like to wait until, I'm good and darn ready to watch something, okay? And I just really wasn't ready to fall for the hype of it all. Till today. I went on ahead and I started to watch it. I watched episode 1 and episode 2. Please, again, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, no spoilers. Okay? By the time I come back, I probably done already watched the next 6 episodes. It's 8 episodes, okay? I watched the first 2. And when I say, my God, okay, they need some holy water. They need chastity belts. They need, I don't know. They need help. And I'm into it. Because I said, excuse me, bitch, we need some shit like this, but make it black. Because then, I'll really be into it. But the first 10 minutes, I just so happened to look at, I don't even think it was the 10 minutes. It was within 10 minutes. I'm seeing boobs. I'm seeing hard pink nipples. I said, oh my God. And it wasn't on a man, it was on a woman. I said, you just did that right there in front of that stranger. You don't even know that lady. Y'all a little bit too close, okay? Listen, people who can just get bucket naked in front of other people and not care, what? Y'all scare me because it ain't no telling what you would do. Ain't no telling all the things that you would do. Not saying that you would do some, perverted stuff or whatever, or take advantage of them. I'm just talking about in general. You'll probably jump off a bridge and be like, parkour, and just because I just don't understand that. I was just like, oh wow. And then in the second episode you're doing the same thing, and then you just feeling all up on this girl. It was I said, wait a minute, am I the only one that's sitting here looking like this is very predatory? And then when that whole thing with the boy, yeah, mind you, I started watching this while I was at work. I had to hurry up and turn it down. I had to turn it off and wait till I was on my break to watch finish the episode that I was watching, because it was just a lie. It was just a lie because I had to hurry up and cover my phone like this so that people coming down can't see what I'm watching, because Oh my God, y'all ain't tell me all that shit was gonna be happening, and then the people saying, "Oh, it's gonna get wilder." How much more wilder can it be? God damn. Okay. Oh, poor little Brittany Snow. I like the fact that she out here still doing her thing. I remember the first time I think I seen her, she was in I don't know if y'all remember. I'm about to tell my age. It was a show on NBC called American Dreams, and it was basically like Bandstand. The what? He dead now, but I didn't mean to say it like that. But who was it? Who did the ball drop? He used to do the ball drop every year until he died. Is that American Bandstand? It is American Bandstand, right? American Band. Dick Clark. There it is. It was given very much that, like Hairspray, that type of shit. The 60s shit. It was really nice. It was really good too. Music, dance, and all that stuff. And Brittany Snow was on there. It was a good show. I was really sad when it got canceled. But yeah, that's what she came off of. And now she on this show. I said, girl, what? And it's good to see old girl from This Is Us. The big girl. Yeah, she on here too, and I did not like the way they keep on playing her. It's some classism going on and some elitism going on. And please don't spoil it for me. But who is the black girl that's in the crew? And why is she there amongst them? I said, girl, this don't look right. This don't look right, because all I'm thinking of, man, I'm only on episode 3. I'm about to be on episode 3. All I was thinking of was that picture of that black girl that was at that house with all them white women, and we ain't never found. Did she wind up there? And they didn't get charged for her death? I said, girl, what's going on? Why is you the only color person in here? I sound like Joey Swole. What I say? You are the only person of color in this thing. That's what it should have said, okay? But yeah, that was crazy. Is she gonna have a bigger role? Is something gonna happen to her? I hope not. But yes, I'm hooked. Child, probably by tomorrow I'll be done with it, okay? I'll be done with it, and you may or may not get a whole review about it or whatever. But yeah. Moving on from that, let's just get up into some of these topics. Let's talk. Okay, I hope you settled in. You buckled good. Okay, cool. What y'all eating on? I know y'all be watching me while y'all be eating this shit. I like that. What y'all be drinking? You be having a little drink, or you just be drinking your little water, your little juice, or your little soda pop? Okay, that's cute. Well, let's just get into it. Kamala. I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you, girl. She said she ain't finna run for no office no more right about now. They wanted her to do the governor, run for governor, I guess, of California out there, for 2026 or something like that, or go for the presidency again. Baby mama said absolutely not. I'm finna put this book out. And I'm not about to run, not right now, because the system is broken. It is. She ain't lying. And I really feel like, honestly, even with, because one of the main things that people said, when she was running for president, was they didn't give us a chance to pick who the nomination should have been for the Democrats. Okay, get that. But you got to be mad at the people over there that was trying to get Joe out of here, and I'm not going to be one of those ones that's going to be like, they didn't have just cause or whatever, because we saw how he was. Joe was kind of going down, okay? In that first debate, baby, they saw that first debate and got scared as hell. And I did too. I said, oh, Lord, we got nervous, and did the stance on Israel and the Gaza stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, when it comes to that, I know everything about that is bad. But at the end of the day, the United States of Americas, they're not going to go against Israel. Israel is an ally. It's been an ally for many, 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 many decades. That is not changing. And it's unfortunate, but that's just what it is. So it doesn't even matter. I hate to say that, Because look at how a lot of these companies and a lot of these they're so filled with them, they're sided with them. You know what I'm saying? Business and all that stuff, whatever, they're not going to go against. And so therefore, actually changing it at this point in time, we see a little leeway, a little headway. But we got Trump in office, who ain't gonna do nothing but the worst. Okay, so yeah, but I just knew, the people was mixed. And honestly, I do not, and I have to be real with y'all, I don't feel like, even if Joe would have, and I hate to even say this myself, even if Biden would have been able to complete his second run for the presidency, I don't think he would have got it. I think we still would have been in the same position. But at the same time, even if Kamala Harris was to, is it Kamala or Kamala? Kamala, right? Kamala, right? Because I know at one point, if KH, Mama, if she, Miss Gurley, there you go. I ain't mean to call her Mama. I just say words. But if she was to run again, I don't think she would get it either. Okay? It's just too much. And the way that the country is right now, the division, even if she had the chance to run a full campaign, I truly do feel like, unfortunately, it would end up just like it did for Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton came this close. She would have came way, way closer, and she still probably would have slipped. It would have slipped. Because do you see how this country is right about now? Everybody is just the hate and everything, and racism is peaking, and all of this stuff is just doing the absolute most right about now. And I don't feel like people are in the mood to try to unlearn those things or whatever, and to put those things to the side for the betterment of the country. They're so in this cult-like type of mind frame when it comes to Trump, and it's just really, really scary to think about. Because I know that we have had presidencies where people have had pictures of the president. People have had, t-shirts made or whatever. But this whole having coins and, merchandise that is literally from them, and I'm talking about that particular party, him, that he's approving shoes and jewelry and different type of this and different. It's just really scary the way that it's going. It's scary, and it's given very much idolatry. It's given idolatry, and for a political party that one of the main, basis of them is about how they're about Christianity and faith and, being all about God. They worship, and if you know the Bible, you know that you're not supposed to worship anybody else but God, right? Especially no human being. But they worship that man. They worship that man. And that is a scary situation. Also, since we on this shit, talking about racism and all this stuff, let me go back to this whole situation with the Sydney Sweeney ad and the American Eagle. And Beyoncé just came out, or I should just say Levi came out with the final part to the ad campaign that she was doing with them that had already been filmed probably last year, well, at the beginning of this year, because I remember when the pictures was coming out of them behind the scenes, or where people was, around there sneaking pictures or whatever, when they was on set and everything. That was early this year, like in January, probably at the end of December, early January, February, somewhere around there. Okay. And so you got that going on. So all of these ads that we have been seeing, we saw a good 4 of them. The laundromat, the pool hall, the diner, and now this one where she's driving off from the pool hall in a new denim outfit, and she's driving off on a motorcycle, basically signifying this is the end of the, denim cowboy Carter era, okay? Because we're about to go into Act 3. In those ads, Beyonce says absolutely nothing. They literally are, some of them are, especially like the first one was a remake of one of the ads that already had came out a couple of decades ago, right? Very iconic, right? Okay, cool. The ad does nothing but shows the freaking jeans, the denim. Okay, she got a song that says Levi jeans. Okay, so it made sense to partner with them. Cool. Then you get this Sydney Sweeney situation in this American Eagle, and people are calling it out for what it is. And I just don't understand how, and this is why I can never respect anybody who is a part of that political base. Because it's always the liberals this, the liberals that. And it ain't even that's not even a point. It's the fact that you are okay with Nazi propaganda, Nazi ideology. The fact that you are okay with that, that's really, really crazy and really sickening. And it just shows where we are as a country and as a people. That we are bringing back these thoughts and thinking that it's okay. Girl, I don't like that light. Okay. Thinking that it is okay and trying to be very much dense and obtuse about the reason why people are talking so much about that particular American Eagle ad. It is not because of the fact that the girl is promoting jeans. That's not the problem, because that's what it was. And if it was all just about that and the way the camera panned up, fine. It was the actual script and the words that she was saying that gave very much neo-Nazi propaganda. Okay, it gave very much what was going on at the start of World War II. You know what I'm saying? It gave that. It gave that Aryan shit, you know? And then for somebody to take upon themselves and to want to bring Beyonce in it just because she had, and this ain't even got nothing to do with me being a fan of hers. It got all of it to do with being a black woman and a black person in general, because that's what it's turning into. It's turning into a race thing, because it's already about that eugenics and, you know, the propaganda that I already just talked about. But then you bring, because if it was anybody else that was popular, a black woman that was popular, they would have did the same thing. Somebody took it upon themselves, and I'm pretty sure it was somebody within her own fan group, which was crazy. And knowing how they've been attacking this woman for everything under the sun for no reason and misconstruing things, you literally put on a photo of one of the ads that she did in the very beginning, that she's laying there in that long denim coat, and then you put something, Beyonce jeans are better, as if that was a real ad. And you know that other side is just looking for anything, because they like to say, oh, fake news, but yet they love to use fake news. And they will use anything just to prove a certain point, or to give them a reason to have a hatred for somebody, or to go against somebody and to debate somebody. They use that damn Photoshop picture to basically attack Beyonce. And I'm like, what? She didn't say that. And all they do is take a Google picture. Like, you could have Googled the image. You could have even fact checked just by Googling, did this really happen? All you had to do was be like, Levi jeans at Beyonce. And the pictures and everything would have showed up, right? And so, of course, they taking that and, they running with it. Now you got Megyn Kelly coming up at her. She been had an issue with the fact that Beyonce doing the country album and country music, quote unquote. And so Beyonce got back at her ass by and Beyonce didn't even say nothing. She just put her she just put her voice and shit from what she said, which is public. Okay. You can't do nothing about it. Those are the words that came out of your mouth, and she blurred your face out during her tour. Okay. That's the way she got back. So now Megyn Kelly want to say some stuff about her being inauthentic and all this stuff or whatever. Now I just synced this shit with Piers Morgan talking about so y'all think it's okay for Beyonce? How dare Beyonce get up here and culturally appropriate Marilyn Monroe because of the bitch. I said, what? Mind you, I just saw, this wasn't even in my notes. I wasn't even going to mention this. But that shit just made me, I said, what? I literally just saw this before I punch record. I said, are you serious? First of freaking all, what? Because it's a little bit of a messy bob, and it's a messy, blown out bob. And I said, see, Piers Morgan, this goes to show you need to, I hate to say shit like this, but keep your ass over there in the UK. First of all, the way that people flip up, because I remember when 4 came out and you was all up in her face. I remember the interview you did. That's when I thought you was a good person. Y'all was keying down with each other. And now all of a sudden, in 2025, you want to say Beyonce is culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe. Baby, what the fuck is she appropriating? How do you appropriate Marilyn Monroe? And mind you, since when is it a problem even there to have a platinum blonde bob or whatever and to cosplay Marilyn Monroe? A lot of people have done it. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, all of that. You know what I'm saying? They all do it because technically she is a little icon. She's iconic. That's just what it was. But if you're talking about denim and we're talking about the Cowboy Carter era and we're talking about country music, why would you associate that with fucking Marilyn Monroe? If anything, I would have been like Dolly Parton or somebody else that was in actual country music that had the little blowout hair, because that's just what it was. It was given very much Southern and blowouts and all of that shit. I said, oh my goodness. The people are really trying to be obtuse on purpose just so that they can have a reason to argue. And it's just really, y'all are dumb. Y'all are so dumb. Okay. I just really, that just blew me for a second. I had to mention that. Also, let's just move on from that, because I know somebody was like, okay, goddamn. Bitch, listen. This whole situation listen, we went a good 2 weeks, I think, without having to mention Nicki Minaj getting into it with anybody. And once again, that streak has been broken. And she has been getting into it with Dez Bryant. I don't follow this woman. Did not know, because I unfollowed. I had to. Actually, I blocked. I ain't even going to sit here and lie. I blocked all of that shit because I was just tired of seeing it. It was just like really irritating to see somebody that had that has the stature that she has, that did the things that she has done for the especially women in rap music for today, to be going out the way that she going out. All right, spiraling out. And I don't care if you don't like it if I say this, but we have to call it what it is. You're spiraling out on fucking social media. Someone at your stature and all of the things that you have done and the footwork that you have put in this game for all these years, and at 40 something, you're closer to 45 to 50 than anything. Okay, you're probably halfway there or almost. You're like 40, which I don't give a damn. She in her 40s. Okay, and you're doing all of this shit on fucking social media instead of actually focusing on your career. I don't want to know the bullshit that's going on like that. Unless you, okay, again, here's the thing. You're spiraling because of the Roc Nation situation. Okay, did you sue? Did you put that paperwork in? Then you get involved with people that don't, situations that don't have nothing to do with you. The Desiree shit, that ain't got nothing to do with you. The shit that's going on between her and her daughter, it has absolutely nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, okay? This whole stupid paternity shit between Jay-Z and that boy, mind you, that boy does not look like him at all. And I don't see his, like, literally, y'all got to think, if that was really his son, why the lady ain't coming out saying, yeah, you my baby daddy, you did this, you did that, and I want all these many years of back child support, pain and suffering, all that shit. The only one that's been saying something is him, okay? And that's just, even if that, I don't even give a fuck about that, because he gonna have to handle that shit. Be a man and handle that shit, okay? But the whole thing is, that ain't got shit to do with Nicki Minaj, so why Nicki Minaj opening up her mouth about it? All right. Then you got this whole situation with your husband and his victim. Okay. And then you got to deal with that. And it was quiet on that front because of that whole situation. And I was like, okay, cool. Man, you got to pay for his shit and all that stuff. That's crazy. That's probably why she pissed off. Okay. Because she really want to fuck that nigga up, but she can't. I understand. Meanwhile, Des Bryant is on Twitter addressing something that Jerry Jones from the NFL or whatever, he said something about him and Rock Nation Sports because Des Bryant is, signed to Rock Nation Sports and all that shit management. And basically, he got on there and said, absolutely the fuck not. What you're not going to do is come on here and say some bullshit. And then Rock Nation came through and said the same thing, right? Okay, cool. Next thing you know, Nicki Minaj is, chiming in. And I don't know if she was chiming in to defend or whatever. But he basically said, I don't want none of this. Because whatever beef you got going on with Jay-Z and them or whatever, that's between y'all. Don't bring it over here. This ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't care. And it went from that. And I think at one point, didn't he say he was a fan or something? I don't know. I just know the shit escalated. And it escalated in a bad way. Okay? To the point where they're bringing up the fact that he allegedly beat up his mom. He said that shit is false because she attacked him. And he did what he had to do to get her off of him because if you saw the evidence, they had to pull her fingernails out of my skin and all this shit. Now, mind you, when I saw that it was Des Bryant that was going back and forth with her, I was like, because he has done and said some questionable shit that I do not agree with. And I think he's a fucking dumbass himself, okay? So, this ain't even got that. This ain't even got that to do with that. I'm not team nobody on this shit. Cause, bitch, what? I said, huh? Of all people. Now, who the fuck am I supposed to be on the side of? Because what? Let me just sit this out, okay? Because I don't, girl, whatever. And then he brings up the fact about the husband and the victim and all of this stuff. They going back and forth, and then she winds up saying, I will pay you I'll pay you $10 million. I'll give you $10 million or something that my husband will whoop your ass. I bet you $10 million my husband will beat your ass or something like that. What? I be so mad that my wife is up here telling me to fight a nigga that took hits in the fucking quarter in the fucking football for a living, okay? And hit niggas for a living, bitch. Fuck no, okay? And I just know he calls her a bitch and all this other shit. Like it was brutal. It was brutal, and I was just sitting back here like, how the fuck did we get here? And what is the point and the purpose of all of this? And she calling him CTE and all that shit. And I'm like, oh my God, somebody just, I don't know. I don't know at this point. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And if people are still trying to say, oh, y'all just don't get it, like what she putting out there is really the truth, because it be stuff that be going on behind the scene, and y'all say that shit as if y'all know because you there and you witness it too. You're just repeating what she's saying. But do I believe that there is stuff going on behind the scene? Absolutely, it always is, and you're stupid as fuck if you believe not. But at the same time, this is not how you do it. This is not how you do it, because it's not making your cause look any good. It's making you look crazy. And it's making people just want to back away and think negative things about you when you probably got a valid fucking issue. God damn. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me, okay? Kevin Gates and his wife getting a divorce. Now, which one? Bitch, I'm sorry. No, the fact that Kevin Gates and that woman Drika, I gotta understand the mind frame. you have to be with a person like this and to sit back and let a lot of this stuff happen. And I know they have broken up in the past, right? A couple of times. Never gotten a divorce and never had the papers filed, but they have like separated, some shit like that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. But my whole thing is, if I did not know about this woman named Drika that's supposed to be his wife, and only Kevin Gates and I came to the game just knowing about him and nothing else, like a new person, I never would have thought that a person like him would have been married for almost 10 years. They would have been married almost 10 years, okay? And I'm sitting here like, how is this possible? And listen, I get it. Like, at the same time, people get arrangements. But I just cannot allow myself to be publicly humiliated by my partner the way that he does. He be with other bitches. This whole situation with not Drea, but Brittany Renner. That shit, what the fuck was that about? Okay? And you got that going on, and I'm just like... And she talked about, so we got married and then we got divorced 4 months afterwards. I really thought that this was going to be a thing, and I really thought that was... She's a liar. It's all about attention, and I don't think they was ever married, okay? But at the same time, I just didn't understand how all of this shit was going on and Drika was still in the picture. Please tell me she wasn't. But baby girl, I'm glad you finally opened up your eyes and said I can do better, okay? Or I don't need this stress in my life. Because no, you don't. You don't. Kevin Gates is crazy. That's a freaky ass nigga, okay? Bitch, and when I found out that he Puerto Rican, he Afro-Rican, I said, what? That's a dangerous combination. Cause listen, the nigga would have got me if I was straight. Cause I said, you know what? I like a little island, and put a little accent with it too. You could, and I heard him speak Spanish. I said, oh, hold on. You know, let me tell you the certain accents that kind of get me. Love a little Spanish. I love that Jamaican. Patois. Girl, you speak a little patois to me. Give you a little patousy. And then, you know, the New Orleans accent. Baby, I love that shit so much. I love it so much. Let me tell you something. You'll have me paying your bills. It'll be no good, bitch. You'll have me wrapped around your fingers, okay? I'll cuss your ass out. You'll cuss me out. And we ain't gonna leave each other because I just like it too much. Toxic, bitch. Toxic as fuck. The worst accent. I hate that Boston accent so fucking much. And I know. Let me tell you something, because I got a couple of people from Baltimore. But baby, I can't stand the accent sometimes. Do you? No. Leave it alone. Okay. And then they say that Chicago people, we got an accent on what? What accent? I ain't got no goddamn accent. So I go like, yes you do. No, I do not. But, you know, if we do, we country niggas from the up north. Because, you know, a lot of people migrated from Mississippi. I told y'all that. My grandparents, my grandma and my mama born in Mississippi, Slaughter, Mississippi. I said, now where the fuck is that at? I said, y'all couldn't be from Jackson. Y'all couldn't be from another state, another country, another city in Mississippi. Y'all had to be from Slaughter, Mississippi. My mama said the last time she went down there, which was so many years ago, she was probably like a teenager or early adult, 20s or something like that. She said the town where they from, you had to have a car. And the only store was there was the Piggly Wiggly. I said, God damn, baby, I can't live like that. I just would have had to come to this. I said, what in the centers is going on? Baby, not here, not me. Okay. But what accents y'all like? Bitch, I'm just a goddamn toxic ass bird. I can admit that shit, bitch. Some of y'all just don't like to admit the fact that you are, in fact, a toxic person. And no, it's not good. It's not something to be proud of. But sometimes it is what it is. And you just gotta admit it. You know, the first step to getting better is admitting that you have an issue. And my issue is I'm a toxic person sometimes, especially in a relationship. It is what it is. And, I'm the type of bitch that'll make you mad on purpose just because I find that a turn on. Like, depending on what it hey, it is what it is. Diddy. Baby Diddy is doing each and everything that he can think of to try to get his ass out of prison, to not go to federal prison, to get pardon. Listen, now I don't know if this was before or after they done talked to because his team done reached out to the Trump administration, okay? And I did see that report where Trump said, you know what, I'm not finna pardon that man because back in the day we used to be cool, but he said a whole bunch of fucked up shit about me and he turned on me when he was doing that shit for Obama. I said, what? You know what? Trump is petty as shit. And on some parts, I get it. Bitch, you wasn't on my side, so why you want me to be on your side all of a sudden? Because you got a little dollars that you could throw at me. But then again, Trump is that type of person that you throw a little money at him. He'll do it. He'll do it. And it just got to be the right price. He still can't stand you, but he'll do it. He just gives that. Okay? Because he's all about the money. He's literally all about the dollar bills. And then this whole situation, this lawsuit that he being brought up in and sued for it and all that shit with Christian for doing that shit to that lady on the sexually assaulting, allegedly, that woman, the stewardess on the boat, okay, the boat that Diddy brought or rented out for him. That's why he's involved into the lawsuit too. Yeah, they trying to get that shit thrown out too. And I say to that, no, don't throw that out. Okay? Don't throw that out. Since he wanted Diddy Bop just like his daddy, he can Diddy Bop his ass onto the court and face the consequences just like his daddy. Okay? That's just really what it is. Something about that little boy, I don't know. It's just the fact that, and mind you, he could be, if you got this against you, you're probably not a good person. He could be a good person, right? I'm going to just put that out there. I'm going to just say it like that. Because you just never know. But it's just the fact that you came. I think the fact that people don't really respect him is because he looked like his daddy. And instead of just trying to find his own personality, he literally enveloped his daddy's personality. It was like, I'm P. Diddy Jr., okay? The way he used to be getting on the stage, dancing like him and all that shit. I mean, it's cool to have, admire your parents, but to take their whole personality, when he did his music, when he first started, everything used to be damn near that I always used to hear. Because I ain't listen to all his shit. I just listen to the shit the snippets of the stuff that they put out on the internet, and it always be like a remix or something to his daddy song. Literally the same song, just different lyrics, somewhat. And just like Diddy, he can't rap either. The only difference is with Diddy, no shade. Diddy had some hits of his own because he was also a producer. And he one of those producers that know how to make a song sounds good. That's why I really hate the fact that Diddy did the shit that he did. And we really found out about it. Okay? Because now I can't Diddy Bop. And that don't even sound right no more. That don't even sound right no more. You can't Diddy Bop to shit because he just fucked it up. Even though some of y'all still doing it, I ain't judging. Because you're a deviant. You're a sexual deviant and all of that stuff. And it's just so crazy. Because, bitch, I will forever say that Love album, oh my God, that shit was a fucking masterpiece. I still listen to a couple of songs. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie. And that's because of the artists is on there. And I'll sit here and admit that. If it comes on, like, am I gonna actually put on a Diddy song? No. But if it pops up on shuffle, do I pass by it? Especially if there's somebody else on there that's actually singing it? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I will. No, I'm gonna let it play. Because in my mind, it's also the artist that's on there that's actually singing or doing the actual entertaining. And they ain't had shit to do with this. They probably didn't know that this motherfucker was that goddamn disturbed. Okay? But yeah, I don't know. You know what? And I really don't want to sound ignorant, but No, I'm gonna leave that to myself. Cause like when it comes to R. Kelly, it's different because it was children. Still disgusting, both of them, because they're abusing people, but allegedly. But well, no, it's proven. But it's children on his part. And then to know that a lot of his songs were basically about underage people, I just can't get. And then honestly, and this ain't even got nothing to do, I will continue to say this. How the fuck does that nigga did not know how to read still? It was out here he had to be putting that shit in a voice recorder or something, because how the fuck you all know how to read? But then again, it's just like, I know somebody gonna be up in the comments like, he is a genius. I don't see it. I never saw it. And mind you, we from Chicago. Mind you, his birthday 2 days after mine. Mind you, I've seen him before multiple times, okay? Mind you, a lot of the shit that they said about him is real, because I done seen it with my own eyes. But listen, I just never said, no, I never could get into it like that. He had a couple of cuts that I did like, but not liked enough that I couldn't stop listening to him. No. Because some of y'all can literally separate the art from the person, and I just can't do that, because the person made the art, and the meaning behind that is from that person. I don't get how y'all do that, but to each his own. To each his own. But then when it comes to Diddy, because Diddy is just, he's a producer, he's behind the scene. And then it's also a conundrum too, because R. Kelly has also produced a lot of stuff too. So whether he's actually singing on the song, if it's actually his, that's one thing, but he's also produced a lot of shit too. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Even if you actively try not to listen to his shit, you eventually gonna listen to something, because 9 out of 10 he had his hands in it, whether he produced it, wrote it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just so fucked up. Why can't y'all niggas just do right? And if y'all go fucking do wrong, well, I don't want to say that, because I don't want you to do wrong. Especially not on that caliber. Like, do wrong in the sense of you stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. That's okay. Like, okay, do what you gotta do, little Robin Hood. Go ahead. Rob them niggas and give it to them poor people. I got that. I'ma fix the poverty. Okay? Fuck them. Not no sexual shit. Like, come on. And then Gina Hun, or whatever the fuck her name is, girl, you need help. Okay? You need help. Because why are you up here? This is what you call Stockholm Syndrome. And this is why I'm so glad that I was seeing more comments about how she's being, not agreeing with her, whatever. And granted, she got her opinion. She could do whatever she wants to. If she's the one that experienced this person. And if she want to continue to support Diddy because she did write a letter. Now, from what I read, because I wasn't following closely to that Diddy trial, whatever. Jurassic World is already out on streaming? Didn't that shit just came out? It just came out, right? Baby. And you know what? I haven't went to go see I Know What You Did Last Summer. And at this point, I'll wait till that shit come on streaming. If Jurassic World is already out, I'm pretty sure I Know What You Did Last Summer about to come out in a couple of weeks. So there's that. I'll wait. But anyway, she didn't get up there to testify, but she was supposed to testify, and she was supposed to be like Jane Doe, but then, she put herself out there that she was Jane Doe number whatever, and I don't know if they read what he did to her and all that shit, stumps out all that stuff, I don't know, okay, but yeah, if you had all of this shit done to you, right? And then now you coming back and you saying, oh, even though he did all this shit to me and he did all this stuff to these other people and all of this or whatever, I don't feel like he's a danger to society. He's a good man. He's good for the community or whatever. Woo, 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 and I'm going to stick beside him. That's my man forever and a day, regardless of how many times he put his foot in my chest. That type of situation. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And this is along the whole thing of how people keep saying, when it comes to abuse victims, how come you did not leave sooner? Or why did you leave and go back? Because it always happens. That's the psychology of it. Sometimes they get into their heads that they can't get any better or they don't deserve any better. So yeah, I'm going to let you go. But you're going to come right back. And that always happens for a lot of people. It happens all the time. Stockholm Syndrome. Okay? So this is why I don't judge. But then when you get on the fucking internet and you talking about some, you can't get mad at my, oh, you right. That's what you feel. We wasn't in a situation. If you feel like you want to continue with that and that he a good person to you after that, cool. But just know that this became public. So now you have to sit there with the public opinion, right? And you can't get in your feelings because people don't agree and they kind of trying to look out for you or whatever, if that's what their motives is. But at the same time, coming out and defending it, I wouldn't even have said anything about it. What I put out there is what I put out there. You ain't going to be able to change it. So why do I need to come back? And see, we need to learn, the people need to learn that you don't have to respond to everything. You don't have to respond to everything, because ain't no way in hell if I put something out, 9 out of 10, no, when I put something out, I mean it. So no matter what your opinion is, no matter what you're feeling about it, you can say what you got to say, just like I said what I had to say. It's not going to change it. I'm not finna sit here and debate and go back and forth with you, just like when I tweet things or when I post things. I'm not going back and forth with people. If you disagree with it, if you want to be negative, if you want to be disrespectful, you want to know what I do? I just block. That's it. You're not going to get me at my grown age of almost 40. Damn. What the fuck was that? Shit. You know when reality hit you that quick? Almost 40? What? Huh? I just had a fucking moment, bitch. Y'all like, goddamn. Girl, just wait. Bitch, just wait. Okay. But yeah, girl, I ain't finna be up here doing all that shit. Fuck you mean? Okay, I'm just keep on scrolling. No, I ain't even finna get on the internet. I ain't gotta defend myself to you. I don't even fucking know you. But then when you wanna defend yourself and you come back with even more ignorant shit and talking about some sheeps. I need y'all to stop saying people are sheeps and people are followers, okay? Because that's literally what she said. Y'all just followers and all that shit. You are sticking beside a man that abused you allegedly, according to you and according to others. And you calling us or other people that are talking about this followers, you're a follower too, because you're following that man. Quit. This is what I just don't. When it comes to certain things, I'm going to break this down because I'm pretty sure I said this before. Everybody's a follower. Everybody's a follower. Even if you try to make it seem like you not trying to follow this and you not doing that and you not doing this. I don't want to follow. I don't want to be a capitalist. I don't want to participate in capitalism. I don't want to participate in what this government got going on or whatever. I want to live off the grid. Okay, you living off the grid just like other people living off the grid. Y'all doing the same thing. Okay. I don't believe in groupthink. Okay, so you go over to the people that don't believe in groupthink and they believe in the same thing that you do, and that free thought, that's a group that's thinking the same thing, thought. So therefore, it's still groupthink. I don't want to be a follower because I'm not trying to follow this and I'm not trying to follow that. Okay, you're not trying to follow this and you're not trying to follow that, but you're following this, you're following that, and you're following this. Everybody's a follower, and everybody participates in groupthink. There is no thing of free thinking. Well, it is, but it don't make you no different because you're not the only one that's going to be doing it. And therefore, because there's a lot of people that do it, and then you try to separate yourself from the people that you think don't do it, you also putting yourself in the category of being in groupthink. Being with a group of people. Following a group of people. Exactly. Gina, get the fuck up off the... I know. Goddamn. 50 Cent is just... Oh, that is so... When... what's his name? Rick Ross said, if either you over there... You was all in love and shit, showing all teeth or whatever with that girl all on the beach shit. That, I don't, listen, Rick Ross is ignorant to me too. But that shit was funny. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was funny. Anybody taking a dig at goddamn 50 Cent is funny to me. Okay. And I meant to mention this last week when we was talking. Was it last week? We was talking about Deion Sanders and Carucci. Antonio Brown is he's a very ignorant man. He's a very ignorant man, okay? But at the same time, when he said, "Come on now, Carucci, baby girl, what you doing? A man ain't got no toes and he ain't got no bladder. What?" That tickled my funny bone. Because, you know, they say a clock is, listen, it could be wrong. It could be right at least twice a day. Whatever the fuck that saying go. The motherfucker was funny. Okay, he had a point, but at the end of the day, it also goes to show people are with people for different reasons, okay? It ain't always, whatever. I'm still baffled by how the fuck that came about. But hey, go off. And speaking of that shit, update also, Shannon Sharpe was fired from ESPN. Okay, yeah, it happened. And he's also in the process of getting sued again. Okay, him and Chad Ochocinco. He was supposed to be 85. That is 8'5". That's not 85. But, you know, we niggas. But anyway, he is getting sued. Well, they getting sued by, what's her name? Jimalita Tillman. I know that's right. That sounds very civil rightish, okay? Very, I was in the trenches with him, okay? Okay, girlfriend. And she's suing for $20 million. Why? Because she said Shannon Sharpe and Chad was on their little podcast spreading false information about when she was at the Usher concert and he was feeding her cherries, and basically was saying that you know, that she was married and that her husband was filing for divorce because of this video. And she said that those claims are not true. She's not married at all. And also, she is a global director for the Harold Washington Cultural Center. See, bitch, there it is. Then I say it sound very active, civil rights, and that's cool. Okay, she said, bitch, we finna do this, okay? What you not about to do is defame my name, defame my actions, whatever, and spread false information about me. And so, therefore, because this is defamatory content, I am suing because you have caused significant harm to my character and led me to emotional distress. Baby, for some reason, I love it when I see a lawsuit and they be like, for emotional distress. You better go. Because you know they always gonna do. I was so goddamn stressed out. My emotions was just fucked up. Like, oh my God, I couldn't eat or nothing. Baby, get your money. Now, at first I was like, girl, please. But at the end of the day, I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you could look at it like, oh, she just trying to piggyback on the fact that, you know, Sharon Sharpe had to pay that lady, that little girl, I'm going to say that young girl, however many millions that. And so she was like, absolutely not. I wasn't trying to make this public or nothing like that. And I had already filed this, and this had already been going in the process since April. I said, damn, since April? And it just got out. And so now she got to speak on it. Since the people were speaking on it, it's public now. She said she'd speak on it. I said, I get that. Well, you know, you got to be careful with what you put out there, though. Like, you got, and I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, you know, and I told y'all this. Y'all want to get up into, because everybody's suing everybody these days. You cannot put out stuff that is opinions of yours and put it out as if it's a fact when it's literally just your opinion. It's not a fact. People can't sue for that. You know, be careful. Bitches is getting sued left and right these days. I'm like, all right. Shannon is over there. I know he's sweating bullets. That's a cheap ass man. Okay? Because after seeing and reading how he is so tight with the goddamn wallet, and mind you, on the one hand, I get it. I get it. And for me, that'd be like, because I just have a fear of being broke and not being able to, take care of myself or something like that. I'm pretty sure everybody got that type of fear. But to do that with your family and you got a whole bunch of money already, the daughter's wedding, $30,000, bitch, what? I'm talking about $30,000, and then I'm looking at Love After Lockup and Justine and Michael. She gonna tell Michael, mind you, they got 9 motherfucking kids. Talk about something. She want a $60,000 wedding, and she's being nice on that price because it could have been more. She want an elephant up in that bitch. She want a horse and carriage. And I said, God damn, bitch, put that $60,000 in some goddamn diapers and school supplies for these goddamn kids. Okay, that's what you need to do. I said, what? Everything is so funny. Gilbert Arenas got out of jail. Well, he got bailed out $50,000. He want to say that he ain't guilty. That's what they all say. But they said, what? Let me just read you what this says. Gilbert Arenas has been released on $50,000 bail and pleaded not guilty after being arrested for his alleged involvement in a gambling ring on Wednesday, July 30th. Gilbert and his co-defendants, which include a high-level member of an Israeli transnational crime group. Bitch, what? Man, I didn't read this. So I'm new to this just like y'all. Like, what? Are accused of operating an illegal gambling business outside of his in his mansion in California with poker games that require an entry fee. It also came with chefs, valet parking, and armed security. Women also had to pay for entry, allegedly gave massages and provided drinks and companionship to guests. Baby, that sounds very Diddy-ish, okay? You better be careful with that shit. Okay, massages? Charges against him and the others include conspiracy to operate illegal gambling business. They're facing up to 5 years in federal prison if they are found guilty. And he basically said they can't hold him. He ain't done shit or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, all right. That's what they all say before they get hit with something. This the feds, baby. They knew something was going on. Okay, don't think that you finna get off just because other people probably did. You a nigga. Moving on from that, Carl Crawford. Why are we talking about him? And why is it that the things that's making the news is you talking about Erica Banks? Oh, Erica Banks really wanted to be like Megan Thee Stallion. She wanted to do like her and whatever, and then still to the point that, oh, she want to have an issue with me too, just like she did. Well, honestly, I feel like you wanted her to be like Megan as well. You thought that you was going to be able to make another one of her because Megan was gone, and it didn't happen. Okay. Also, I do feel like Erica Banks, I'm on her side when it comes to the money situation, because or the issue with whatever she got with you, because everybody can't be lying, because it was another person that also had an issue with him on that label, another woman artist, okay? And now you're talking about how you you paid for her first BBL, and you're thinking about putting that in like your contract or whatever with them if they want to do something like that whenever you sign your artist, because that he saw the confidence and all of that shit that it brought to Erica Banks. What else did it buy? Oh, okay. Is she gay now? Well, she like women's now. She got a stud. Girl, I ain't watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and God knows how long. Bitch. Kirk and Rashida. Rashida, regardless what the people say, I ain't never leaving Kirk. Bitch, we know that. Is the sky fucking blue during the day? Yes. Is the sun hot? Yes. Girl, we know that. What are you doing? Okay. Rashida's supposed to be having a concert. Did it already happen? Let me tell you something. And Jasmine is cool with them. She's cool with Jasmine. At least Rashida mama, who couldn't even stand Kurt. I remember that episode when she rolled over Kurt's bike. That shit was so goddamn funny. That was when Love and Hip Hop was really, really good. Okay, they coming up into the club together. The script club together. They're good. But Ace Boone Combs? Jasmine and Rashida's mama? Bitch, I done missed a few fucking chapters. At this point, I'm just going, like, are they a throuple? Because, I mean, if the mama cool with her, Rashida got to be okay with her. I ain't saying friends, but okay with her that her mom is her friend. But Rashida doing this concert, I don't know, girl. And I know she's supposed to be at One Music Fest. I didn't even know if she had enough music to actually do a set. Like, how long her set gonna be? Like, if you go to a Rashida concert, is it really just a Rashida concert where it's just gonna be Rashida and probably a DJ? Or is it gonna be Rashida and friends? Like, you gotta bring in friends, because when I think of Rashida, put them on to make me wanna marry him. Okay, marry me. Okay, legs to the bone, and that's Chew All on My Bubblegum, right? Is that 2 or 3 songs? I can't. I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else that anybody would, unless you're from Atlanta. Now, I don't know why y'all took that and y'all went on TikTok and y'all did a whole trend that is still happening right now of people calling their people and telling them, I got tickets to go see Rashida. Do you want to come? And getting their pure reaction to it. And when I say I have been cackling, boiling, busting a gut, and it's a lot of gut, I have just been in cackle heaven, because oh my God, why are y'all doing that? Imagine being their kids and just getting on social media and seeing this. Like, what? That is crazy. I would be so mad that y'all were doing that to my motherfucking mama. And bitch, I could take a joke, but shit, bitch, just a little bit too much. It gets to a point. It gets to a point, bitch. Okay? Rashida, I just feel like at this point, I mean, you do what you want to do, okay? But really, I just feel like you just sell your clothes and be pretty. Put them on to make me want to marry me. Legs to the moon. Let me look this up. Now I'm finna be interested. Rashida. Why I say that so loud? Rashida songs. Hold on. Yeah, time of nigga like that, you on my bubblegum. 1, 2, 3. Oh, she got a few songs. What? I ain't never heard them. Girl, what? You know what? I'm gonna probably go back and try to listen to it. No, I'm not. Let me stop lying. Eva Lozado and her daughter, they basically said, cut the crap. Cut the crap. I didn't steal the game from my mama best friend. Tiffany, the game's baby mama, is not my mama's best friend. Okay? Okay, they was at a wedding. A whole bunch of people was at the wedding. And I said, God damn, bitch. And y'all could have kept that shit to yourself. Because regardless, that ain't going to make you look no better. And people really ain't going to change the narrative on that one, baby. Okay? Jeezy was on his way to a concert, I think, up in Baltimore. And DC. Planes got fucking canceled. So he was trying to get a private jet. It was going to take too long. So he wound up getting a car, drove that bitch to South Carolina. Fucking car got fucked up. Had to get an Uber. Because they was going to take the Uber, I guess, to a hotel or something. I don't know what the fuck. But either way, he wound up talking to the Uber driver and probably just said that after, let me just randomly ask. So, bruh, what would you say if you just dragged me all the way up to Baltimore? What you gonna do? I'll give you whatever you need, okay? Dude said, sure, boss. Went on ahead and drove that bitch. I said, you know what? 10-hour fucking drive. Was it 10 hours or something? You shitting me. Hell yeah, I would have took that. Hell yeah. Tanner said, listen, I already know, okay? I'm finna get something out of this. But see, some people are really just good people. You know, some people really are good people. I have gotten an Uber before, and I had to go out a long way, and I did not know that it was that long of a distance, that we was in the car for over an hour. We was probably in the car for at least 2 hours or something like that. And the woman, and plus traffic, so it was a little bit longer than that. The woman was okay with it. She did not complain or anything. She didn't cancel the ride after she realized that it was gonna be that long. Bitch, I didn't know, and I tipped that lady well. And she gave me that one piece and very safe. And she was very nice and pleasant, you know. And so, yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to him. Now, I just know that besides him getting that shout out from Jeezy on the stage and having him come out there and getting that snowman t-shirt, baby, fuck that t-shirt. How much you giving me in tip? I know he paid him so well. Girl, I know that's right. Devon Franklin and his lady Maria Castillo. Okay, bitch, I'm finna go back and watch How to Get Away with Murder. Castillo. Okay. But yeah, they went on here and got married. Congratulations. Spin the block season. Eva Marcellus and her husband, or her baby daddy, ex-husband, what's his name? Sterling Brown? Oh, not Sterling K. Brown. But his first name, Michael Sterling. Yeah, they back together. And you know what? Usually I be like, don't spin the block, bitch. I don't like that because it ain't never work out for me. Okay? But for some reason about her and them, he always seemed like a good guy to me. And maybe, and I don't even think like it was a cheating situation. I just think like, you know, they probably had a little argument, the disagreement they couldn't come back from, and they just need some little space. And Eva, because I'm pretty sure she the one that filed first, she probably just, you know, took it a little bit far. And now she like, you know what, I need that man back in my life because I really love him. Because ain't nobody else doing it for me right about now. And I can't get my man off of him. And he back himself or whatever. Come on, Daddy, let's do this again. And he was like, yes, bitch, I was just waiting for you to come back to your senses. I love that. They so cute together. They are so cute together. And she never talked bad about him. And he's never talked bad about. I love it when a person can break up, when people break up and they know how to handle that shit maturely. Okay? Case in point. I ain't talked about my girl in a long time, but Victoria Monet and her baby daddy John Gaines, bitch, them one of like the top tier example, and I ain't just saying this just to say it, of how co-parenting should be and how breakups really should be. Because to this day, we don't know who the fuck what happened, and it ain't none of our business. We don't know who pulled the plug on it, and it ain't none of our business. Truth be told, you ain't really have to tell us that y'all broke up. I already figured it out months before they put that statement out there, but I was like, they ain't by each other no more. It was like after the Grammys, that Grammy Award night 2 years ago, I said, we ain't really seen them together no more after that. Y'all broke up. Then I seen him in a different apartment complex. I said, you went from that big ass house to this white refrigerator. Oh, Johnny. But listen, they know how to co-parent. And they, to this day, you don't see them going back and forth on the internet. You don't see him talking shit or throwing shade at her. We don't see her throwing shade at him. Bitch, Hazel is well versed and well spoken and good taken care of. Bitch, that's some good shit right there. They need to put a class out there, okay? Teach these motherfuckers how to keep y'all business off the fucking internet for the sake of the kids, because I cannot stand when y'all put y'all baby mama, baby daddy drama. Granted, I'm going to sit there and watch it, but I'm secretly judging. No, I'm not secretly judging. Just know that I'm judging. Because in the one hand, you're entertaining me because I'm like, what? On the other hand, it's like, oh my God, why are y'all putting all this out here? Your kids is going to see this. The kids are going to see this. You're talking bad about the mom. You're talking bad about their dad. Even though the dad or the mom might be fucked up people. But, oh, my God, don't put that out there for the kids to see this. It just be irking me. And speaking of story times, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to get on TikTok. I've been on TikTok. And I need to start posting a little bit more. Being a little bit more active on there. But I have been hooked on this one particular person that came up on my FYP. Veronica, whichever your name is, from Clarksville, Tennessee. Bitch, for the past few days, I have been looking at all the goddamn parts to her story time about how her stud girlfriend, and for those that don't know what the lesbian lingo is, okay, stud usually is the masculine presenting, very dominant, tomboyish type of, that hood nigga type bitch, okay? They the dominant, they the masculine one up in a relationship. They present themselves like that. You know how K1 is. If you listen to music, you know K1, she a stud. Don't get that twisted with a femme. A femme is just a feminine person that just like a regular feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? Or a stem. A stem is a stud and a femme. One day they gonna be stud, they gonna be tomboyed out, and then the next day they gonna be a feminine woman. You know, they can go both ways like that, but they still prefer to be with a woman. There was this thing coming out talking about some bisexual stud. Bitch, ain't no such thing as a fucking bisexual stud. Okay, you a bisexual goddamn tomboy. Don't get it twisted, okay? And that's okay. Just say that. Don't call yourself a stud because studs only fuck with bitches, okay? That's when I'm putting it out there like that. I have to differentiate and all of that shit because this lady said, story time, about how my ex-girlfriend who I already told her, if you keep on fucking talking about me and won't leave me the fuck alone when I'm not even mentioning you or saying nothing or thinking about you, I'm gonna put your shit out there. And since you keep on doing it, story time about how my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with one woman and six 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men. As a stud who don't take dick and never took dick a day in her life, excuse the fuck out of me. I don't take dick. I don't take strap. What? Are you serious? I give dick. What? Are you serious? I said, huh? You know what? I need people. I be with the no labels, okay? I be with the no labels. I get it. Bitch, you just like what you like, how you like it. And I wish people could just say that. Okay? You ain't got to fall into whatever group or whatever you think that you're supposed to be in and all that shit. No, bitch. If you want to take a little bit of dick, you want to take a little bit of dick. And if you want to go take some little puss on the side too, or at the same time, go ahead and do that. It's all to the fucking good. And if you want to dress with some baggy pants on and you want to put boy clothes on and all that shit and you want to do both, cool. Just be real with it. Bitch, by the time I looked at one of the parts, girl, they said it was 4 women's and now up to 10 men that she was sneak dicking with. I said, oh my God. And it ain't even a whole thing about her doing it with the men. It's all the quantity of people that you're doing it with when you're supposed to be in a relationship. And didn't somebody recently who was pregnant find out that their partner was cheating on them multiple times with over 25 people or whatever while she's currently pregnant? It's on that type of situation. I just don't understand, how can you do something to that like that to a person? If you don't want to be in a relationship and if you just want to be out here and be free, let that person know. I'm pretty sure people would be okay with it. Just be fucking real. It's people that are okay with just having situationships or being in an open relationship. I don't understand an open relationship. Because is it the same as poly relationships? Because I'm okay with a poly relationship. When I be in a poly relationship, no, not at the current moment. At this current moment, I just want somebody that love me for me, No matter what I look like, no matter what I think like, they just like, oh bitch, I just really like you. That's what I want. And I feel the same way. That's it. I'm okay with just being with one person. That whole having a multi that's tiring. Bitch, first of all, I'm too big for that. Girl, I gotta give my energy to you, and I gotta give my energy to you, and listen, it is time, like cheating and doing all of that shit, trying to keep up with all of that. That is not tiring to y'all. Like when you really find out somebody is cheating multiple times on you like that, and especially the ones that be having whole ass families on the side. Whole ass families on the side. Like, bitch, you ain't tired? You ain't stressed? Baby, go get your heart checked, because I just know it's building up. Because you trying not to let this one find out about this one and let this one find out about that. It's too much. It's too much. Like, no. Give me one. Give me one bad bitch and I'm good. I'm good. Y'all know Miss Lady from the library that I told y'all about a few weeks ago. I haven't seen her since. Well, I just thought about that. It's really sad. Really sad. But yeah, stop saying that you one thing. And y'all got to stop judging. Okay? That's one thing too. That's why people be in the closet. That's why people be doing shit on the low. Alright? Y'all got to let people best be them. You know what I'm saying? And give people the options to be okay with what you're doing. Girl, oh my God. It's a fun time on TikTok. It really is. There'd be days that I literally don't come up in. I don't turn the TV on. I just sit here and be like, bitch, what? I found out about all the goddamn scammers. Okay? Found out about all the racists. Oh, wow. Who we boycotting today? That type of shit. Okay? I be finding the funny videos. Baby, get on TikTok. Okay? Get on TikTok. We be having a time over there. Trump. And this is what I'm talking about. Trump is trying to make this country into a dictatorship. Back in the day, when you had other countries like Russia and probably some other countries or whatever, that would actually have statues, and I mean big ass statues of their actual leader. Okay, that was a fucking dictatorship. Alright. I really feel in my heart of heart, Trump wants one of those. He wants to turn the country into one of those. Okay? And he wants a statue. I guarantee you not. He wants a statue. A big one. And it's probably going to be gold plated. He wants it. Alright? And not only do he want that, he wants to turn this into a dictatorship. And when his 4 years are over in this office, do I think that he's going to get reelected? Or if he can't, how does that work? I never really thought about that. Because technically speaking, if you want to be real, okay, he has had 2 terms as the president, but they wasn't 2 consecutive terms. So can he run for re-election? Because it's not consecutive. The first one, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, if he can, bitch, he gonna run again. He gonna run again. You gonna have to force him up out that White House. Gonna have to force him up out of there. He's already changing so much. Renaming the Jackie Kennedy Center. Telling the Smithsonian National Museum to take his name out of that shit, talking about he was impeached. Made them do that. Also, spending $200 million to renovate the White House East Wing into a brand new ballroom that's gold plated and everything. This man is in office so he could do whatever the fuck he want to do. And that's really all to it. He don't give a fuck about the people. He gives a fuck about himself and the people that's putting money in his pocket. If you're not doing that, you're shit out of luck. Marjorie Taylor Greene, baby, you just realizing that man don't care about the peoples? Okay, like, girl, what? I don't even feel for you. She said, I don't know if the Republican Party is leaving me or if I'm kind of not relating to the Republican Party as much anymore. Speaking with The Guardian, she also clarifies that she has no plan to go independent or leave the party, but expressed frustration with the GOP leadership. I think the Republican Party has turned its back on America first and the workers and just regular Americans, she said, blaming the influence of the good old boys network and the neocon politics for the shift. Referring to subjects like the Russian collusion hoax, January 6th, and the 2020 election, Green added, like, what happened to all those issues? You know that I don't know what the hell happened with the Republican Party. I really don't. The course that it's on, I don't want to have anything to do with it, and I just don't care anymore. Speaking of, all of this shit is a fucking distraction because release the files. Release the files. Release the files. Release the file. Release the file. Because, bitch, I know your name all up in it, bitch. I know your name all up in it. And you're trying to do each and everything, Trump, to not put your... Bitch, release the files, okay? Girl, I was about to put a New Orleans with Big Frida on that beat. Release the files. Release the files, bitch, you dirty bastard. Release the fucking files. Okay? That just really is. And we can be over with this. All right? Put it out there. Tiana Taylor, please get well. You know, we want to see you perform live and all that shit. She had to get a little surgery going because she had vocal surgery. She had a little non-cancerous little node on her goddamn vocal cords, and she had to get that shit out. Mama, you got an album coming out at the end of the month on the 22nd. I cannot wait. Mind you, that's payday. Baby, yes. That's 2 bad days, okay? I said, yes, the 22nd. I cannot wait. I've been waiting for Tiana Taylor. Y'all be sleeping on her music. She's a very good artist, okay? Talented. Very talented. And the SNAP benefits, baby, they said you niggas and you POCs and you poverty-stricken white people, y'all can't go to the store and y'all can't put drinks on there. You can't get no goddamn candy. You can't get no chips. You can't get no pastries. You can't get none of that. Baby, all you could get is lettuce, tomatoes, fruits, okay? And a little bit of grains. That's what you get. No lobster tails, no scrimps, nothing like that, bitch. I said, oh. They are doing everything else but doing what? Releasing the files. Releasing the files. Release them files, bitch. Okay? Mind you, all this shit don't go into, this don't go into, 2026. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch the hunting party. Well, actually, I'm about to go tab some cities, okay? Tab some streaks for my little game. Like, I cannot believe, y'all, I'm really into the games and shit right about now. Like, I always was a puzzle type girl. You know, like, I like a little brain tease. I like a little, word game or whatever. I like that. But I also like a little racing. And I feel like now, because like my sister gonna tell me, so, well, how come you ain't got no first person shooter game? I said, bitch, you's a violent hoe. What are you talking about? I'm not a violent person like that, okay? You need to get some. So now I'm finna get into that. Like, girl, I'm getting back to myself. Okay? This is part of self-care. I know you probably been noticing, like, actually, when it comes to my mental health, for the past few weeks, I actually been good. I actually been pretty good, y'all. I just noticed that. Like, when I get on here and I'm kikiing and I'm laughing and I'm busting it up, I'm not really doing that because it's funny, okay? And not because I'm faking it or whatever. No, like, for real, like, I've been feeling really good for the past few weeks. What the fuck? Yay me, bitch. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary to Roxanne and Mr., what is it, 27 years? 27 years. Damn. I wish I wish. Now, I talk about relationships and be like being with the same person for that long. But shit, bitch, that's goals. That should be goals. Okay? I mean, y'all go through the trenches with each other and y'all come out on the other side just smiling and shit. Well, we still together. I want that type of shit, bitch. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoy yourselves. I hope you're safe. Safe? Did I put a T in that bitch? Safe? Anyway, I hope y'all have a good one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and rest of your week, and I hope your weekend is great too. Okay? And I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in always. I appreciate it. Peace.